Because I'm just weird.
Different.
No, I like to be weird, man. I've embraced it. So I've gone to Solitude and realised I'm weird.
Morning guys, so today on Motivational Monday we have the Mr. Ivan Blackstock. Never usually in front of a camera, but sometimes on panels, etc. So Ivan, tell us a little bit more about you as an individual and a bit about your career as well.
Cool, well I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I also create events. I also do a whole bunch of other stuff within the world of dance. I battle sometimes, I choreograph commercials, I choreograph hip-hop theatre shows, and just trying to be a all-round entrepreneur really.
Yeah.
You need to tell them we run a business though.
We do run a business. We have this endeavour, no? Is that what you want to call it?
Yeah, we just call
we
it
have
that.
an endeavour. So Ivan and a lady called Sheila Atta are the founders of a organisation called Poverty Kicks. You will hear about Poverty Kicks a little bit more in the future, and I will link down one of our videos below. I have worked alongside them, working on like their operations and stuff like that. So
she stresses us out all the time.
I'm very
you know, stuff to write out.
I'm very business orientated, but for someone who's a creative and likes to just get in and do it, it makes an interesting team, but it works though, because you have to have a balance, right?
Yeah.
But you will see Sheila Atta on here at some point. She will also be featuring on Motivational Monday, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But Ivan, you have an extensive career in hip-hop in general, being theatre, being I suppose when you do the stuff for John ZD, looking at mentoring people as well, which is huge because there's not a lot of role models, especially black male role models around, especially for young people at the moment, so that's huge. There's part of me that wants to touch on Deja Blues because that show touched my soul. Like, it was the sickest show. And I brought Dennis, the guy you would have seen in the Motivational Mondays, I brought him to that, and he was...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I brought him.
Oh, big up, man.
Yeah, and he was like, nah, this is sick. Yeah. Like, where do you find your ideas? What happens?
What happens? Well, all my projects is autobiographical, which I've only realised only recently.
Yeah.
So Deja Blues, which was performed last year at Granary Square, outside of Central St Martins.
Yeah.
It was kind of an offshoot of a bigger production called the Harlem Dream, which I had a sold out show at the Young Vic,
which was
in Waterloo.
Ridiculous.
Thank you.
How do you sell out a show at the Young Vic? It being a hip hop piece as well.
I was surprised myself, to be honest.
No, I was proud, man. It was really emotional.
But yeah, the piece was, the production was about integrity, you know, and not selling yourself out, and also just issues within the black community, and that's where recently most of my work has been kind of based on, and showing a black UK voice, you know, and not just the kind of stereotypical image that they kind of portray in media and kind of other. That
touches into a lot of your work, because if you've got Trap Lords as well, and that's hugely. If people have seen Trap Lords, it's not hidden. The story's not hidden. The agenda's not hidden. It's back in your face.
Yeah. So with Trap Lords, what I want to show is the very high intellectual capacity that these young black males have, you know. So the full title is called Trap Lord of the Flies, which is also influenced by William Golden's book Lord of the Flies, but also has other influences from Plato's Allegory of the Cave, John Milton's Paradise Lost. Has images of Rodin's Thinker, Leonardo da Vinci's Vitruvian Man, and just showing kind of the real stuff that's happening in the communities, you know, and putting on a work that is also going to inspire for these young men.
You have done a lot of stuff. What would you say some of your biggest challenges have been along the way as a creative individual?
People's business. People need to sort out their business. Yeah, for me it was all my work's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's just different. I find that I learn through each of those kind of journeys, but everything I'm trying to do is trying to help. You know. So even Poverty Kicks, it's an idea that we want to do to try and help people and give people opportunities. Same as every time I do a hip hop theatre job or a commercial job, it's about getting people from the underground scene or people that wouldn't usually have that opportunity to be on a music video. Yeah, that's kind of my aim with my work. So yes, it was hard, but they're getting something out of it, and it's not really about me.
Okay, so speaking about that, how do you ensure that your stuff and Ivan Blackstock is being focused on, and to ensure that you're giving the best you to other people? Surely you have to work on yourself to do that.
Yeah, totally. And I say this to a lot of people, same as amount of time you're kind of giving out to people, the same amount of time you need to find for yourself. Solitude, you know, is a big thing, and I've been in solitude pretty much the whole of 2016. But I realized for me to transcend, I need to find time for myself, and then priorities change, you know, and obviously each season changes, each week is different, each day is different, and I realized there's certain things I can put in place, like family. You know, I'm engaged as well, so we're looking to plan for a family soon. So there's certain financial things I need to be thinking about, you know. But I'll say solitude and really going for your purpose. That's what I found during my solitude is what is my true purpose, and my true purpose is helping people in different forms, but the way I do it is through art.
It's quite interesting because I suppose I totally agree with you in the solitude area. Sometimes it's hard to find that motivation during that solitude. Do you not find?
But it's fear. That's what holds us back from a lot of things, you know, is fear. And a lot of people think I'm fearful, but I go through a lot of anxiety all the time, you know. I go through many times of I don't believe in myself, you know. But it's surrounding yourself around people that's doing stuff, you know. I found that
exactly what I said in my first Motivational Monday video.
Yes, you did. And you know, hanging around with people like you doing this, and Jodie, Simone,
she'll also be on it.
Sheila, even Dennis and Mikey J, you know, like these kind of people are looking to push something bigger, you know. And as I was saying to my friend the other day, it's like working in the underground scene is fine, which I have been working in the scene for a while, but I don't want to be that underground rapper that nobody knows about. You know, I want to be someone like Pharrell, where he can give opportunities to people. Jay-Z, you know, bring up his people from the ground up, you know, and let's grow something, you know.
That's huge, man. You probably don't even understand how many people you inspire, not only through the work that you do and allowing them to experience a fraction of who Ivan Blackstock is, but just being Ivan Blackstock. Do you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, like you said, being in solitude, some people won't understand that until they then see another piece of work and they're like, "Oh, that's why he was. That's why he was in his cave." That's what
and also for me, being in the solitude, I've realized learning to be comfortable with who I am. That was the main thing, you know, because my work is very different from a lot of people's work out there, and the way I am, sometimes I can be a bit of everything. I can be a bit of an idiot. I can be a bit quite crazy. I can be, you know, and learning to embrace that, you know.
I was gonna say, knowing you.
And I've tried to fit myself into these different pockets, you know, and that goes within the industry I'm in as well, trying to find myself. But I realized that the best place to be is to be me, you know. And we say that all the time, but that's a whole journey, and I think it's a journey that you'll go on for the rest of your life. You know, some people are like, I know who I am, but again, seasons change, people change, time changes, so it's always constantly trying to find yourself and grow, surround yourself with positive people, and just kind of have this tunnel vision focus, you know.
Sick. So what's next in the pipeline for clue.
What's next in the pipeline?
Without giving too much details.
Yeah, well, I'm working on a project at the moment that I'm looking to release in 2018. So 2017, I'm literally digging deeper within the cave, deeper within myself. Collaborating with really interesting artists, from sculptors to painters to photographers, filmmakers. I want to change the scene, and not even just change the scene. I want to change the world. You know, change people's perception on so many things, from sexuality to religion to race to everything, but show you can do it without being malicious. You can do it without, how can I say it, stepping on anyone. You know, you do it from guiding each other to that point. You know, and people sometimes say, "Oh, Ivan, you're doing so much great things," and I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing if I didn't have the right people around me. You know, there's a guy called Austin Kleon, I think his name is, and he's got a great book, and he talks about a genius. You know, it's like a genius can't change the world. You need a genius of people. You need a group of people that are willing to kind of go with you, and you're also willing to go with them, because sometimes they're gonna be, you know, at the bottom end, and you need to kind of have that open hand, like, come on bro, come on sis, let's go. For me, I want to do stuff properly. You know, I want to, it's time to execute. You know, I want to show people of excellence in all forms, from being a black male, you know, that he can produce excellence, coming from somewhat, people say, a disadvantaged background. You know, I haven't got no GCSEs, I haven't got no degrees, I haven't got no college diplomas, nothing. You know, so all of my achievements has been through hard work and me trying to have my head down. But I couldn't say I done that all by myself. Just one word for me: truth. Finding your truth, speaking your truth. And no one can't bash you if you speak your truth, because you know it's the truth. You know, and living with an honest heart. You know, the world is hard right now. We're going through some dark times. You know? And I think what we need to do is speak our truth a bit more. Be honest with certain issues within the world. Be honest with ourselves. Be true to ourselves. You know. So it's one word for me. Hashtag truth. Hashtag me journey.
Hashtag motivational Mondays. You're getting an hibernation, man. How are people gonna find you? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do in the meantime? Where can they find you?
Insta, which you'll find in the comment section.
Look at you, you're a professional at it.
Done, I've been watching the videos.
So you've got your Instagram. Have you got, where else? Like, is there videos of your? Yes,
my artistic alias is called Swan Song.
Sick. So I will link everything down below. Make sure you hit him up on all his social media, because it's gonna be dope, whatever he's got for you guys in 2018. Make sure you comment below about who you want to see next week, and make sure you stay tuned to my Insta stories or my Snapchat. I'll link them below so you can find out who's gonna be up next and how you can get involved in a Q&A with them. Ivan, would you be interested in coming back on Motivational Mondays in 2018, if you have time for us?
It's gonna be too big for me, man.
What do you mean, man? It's a family,
I'll be
man.
releasing the project, and then you'll be like some big blogger, you know, blowing up, you know, getting...
Family's family, you never forget family, man.
Then million views and million followers.
No, we can only hope. If I'm getting those million views, let's hope they're all being motivated by their million views.
Well, you better subscribe though.
But have you subscribed though? Until next time, take care. Much love.
Right.
That was
food in my teeth like that.
Did you see that? No, the shadow of that light is peak.
You're not getting this though. Look, it's all... Don't worry, I'm going to just take a picture so you can get, you know.
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure I haven't got like anything.
We got Mikey J in it.
You got
blue.
I
don't know the gang.
I don't know the gang. Make sure you write everything you want to I can't even talk.
But you know one thing I've realised though, like the good thing about it is this is your own TV channel.